Pisces. This is a general reading for the sign of Pisces. If you have Pisces anywhere in your birth chart, there is a message in this reading for you. Take what resonates and leave the rest. During this reading, or during my readings, during the readings, we do really focus on you and your spiritual path, your spiritual journey. Not necessarily the drama and some of the chaos that's going on in your life. While we may hit on that a little bit, our main focus is really looking at your life's path, your soul's journey, and maybe incorporating some thoughts, some ideas, some suggestions that you can use at this time of your soul's journey. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the sign of Pisces. Pisces, this month, the full moon is in Aries. And it's also going to be the harvest, or it can also be known as the peach full moon. As that moon moves through Aries, feelings of uncertainty may creep into our thoughts. During this time, when we're feeling those thoughts or that energy of uncertainty, we may feel that we need to move faster, that we want to maybe force or to rush things. And what that is, Pisces, is Spirit is really asking us to slow down and not rush into making any decisions, and to take our time and to move at a pace that is comfortable for us. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the sign of Pisces. One final card for the sign of Pisces. Also, Pisces, that full moon is happening in your second house of money. And so the moon affects each of these zodiac signs a little bit differently according to the houses. And so yours is, this moon is happening in your second house of money. So don't be surprised if you find yourself thinking about money or focusing on money, and really considering, how does money affect your relationships, your work, your home life, and the role it plays in the future? And how is money taking away from your present situation, your present time, the present moment? And we start off, the foundation, the basis of this reading is the Eight of Wands. And the Eight of Wands is about sudden movement, sudden changes, fast changes. And so let's see what kind of changes are occurring in your life at this time, Pisces. And we start off with this Eight of Cups. And this Eight of Cups, really shows someone leaving something behind. Leaving behind something that, while it was pleasurable and enjoyable to them, it is no longer serving them. They've decided to move on to bigger and better things. And here we have the Five of Cups looking back at the Eight of Cups. And so this is indicating to me that you're looking back at a past move, a past decision that you have made in your work life, your business life, your career life. You made a decision to move on, a past decision to move on. And you're kind of looking back, you're kind of stuck at wondering, considering if that was the right decision for you. And so again, if we consider the full moon, the harvest moon, and not only is it the harvest moon, but also September 23rd marks the fall equinox. And that fall equinox carries a lot of energy of wanting to make change, of wanting to make progress. And so you have the energy of that wanting to make change, wanting to make progress, shifting into the full moon, which is amplifying our feelings, our thoughts about not being sure, not being positive. And I do believe that that's kind of what you're looking back, what you're focusing on. You made a decision to leave something behind, not that it was something that you didn't like or something that you didn't enjoy, because we see here they're leaving behind the Eight of Cups, and that Eight of Cups is that it was something that you enjoyed, something that you did reap rewards, you did reap benefits out of, but you had made a decision, or a situation occurred to where you were going to move on to the unknown, move on to the mountains, move into the great unknown, and seek that higher wisdom, seek that higher benefit, the higher reward. But you're stuck in looking back and questioning if that was the right decision, if that was the right move, if this is really was this really the right decision? But here we have this beautiful Ace of Wands, and this Ace of Wands is the gift of strength. The gift of strength. And here we have the card of generosity. And I do believe, thank you, Spirit, please. Messages for the sign of Pisces. I do believe that the Ace of Wands is here letting you know that you do have the strength to achieve the goal that you set out to achieve the change that you were wanting to make. And I do believe that is why we're seeing the Ace of Wands here. But I also see this Six of Pentacles here. And that is letting us know that this is a perfect time to join or find like-minded people. And so I think perhaps maybe you've been trying to go at it alone, or you've been trying to do this alone. But by joining forces or working together with like-minded people and collaborating with other people, you will be able to increase or double your results. And so quite possibly there's something that you've been working on alone that requires the involvement of more people or the support of more people. And seeking out, I think seeking out the support, but in seeking out the support, you will find a working relationship, and that working relationship will double your results. in your home life, in your private life, in your personal life. You have this beautiful Magician, the Hangman, family, contracts. The Magician makes things happen. Let's look a little bit closer at these cards. I usually don't do this, Pisces, but where is that Magician pointing? Is he pointing to the Hangman, or is he pointing to the Hermit? I think either way, whether the Magician is pointing to the Hangman or pointing to the Hermit, it is about seeking knowledge. And we're not talking necessarily about book knowledge or physical knowledge, but spiritual knowledge, spiritual growth. Spiritual knowledge, spiritual growth. From your ancestors. Spiritual knowledge, spiritual growth from your ancestors. And we have this King of Swords. I do believe these cards are indicating a moment of clarity. A moment of clarity that is or will be a gift from your ancestors. A moment of clarity about a contract or agreement. But I think for some of you, this will be a contract. This will be an agreement that is written, that is on paper, that is legal, that is binding. Quite possibly it can be about an inheritance of property, an inheritance of money, a settlement. But for some of you, and I really do believe that depending on where Pisces falls in your birth chart. And so sometimes if you were born, what are the dates for the Pisces? I can't think of that, but for the Pisces that were birth dates fall closer to February 19th, the stars and the energies shift. And so with the Pisces that are born closer to the date of February 19th, they may have a tendency to have a little more Aquarius aspects to their birth chart or to their personality or towards their characteristics. Where if you were born closer to March 20th, you may have a little bit of more Aries draw, more Aries energy in your birth chart. So I do recommend that you have a birth chart done. But the point that I'm getting at is, depending on where your birth date falls in the sun sign of Pisces, really determines and really shifts the energy. And so some of you will have that shift to be towards the more physical, and some of you may have that shift to where it's the more spiritual. And this reading, although the physical, you know, the home, the money, the something very tangible that you can put your hands on, and it's really easy to see and really easy to discern. Some of you, that is what this is speaking to. And for the others of you, it's more of the spiritual. And this reading is talking more of the spiritual, more of a spiritual gift, more of an inner knowing, more of an inner wisdom, a spiritual gift from your ancestors, which you have inherited. And so it wouldn't surprise me if you did a little ancestry check, or you did a little research check, or if you researched your heritage, that spiritually gifted, spiritual and religious ancestry comes up for you. And this is a gift that you have inherited. This is a gift that you have received. And it is really coming into light now. And I think that Spirit is asking you, and I think that that is why this Hangman card is here for you, Pisces, is Spirit is really asking you to look at and delve into that. And really embrace your spiritual gift. Really embrace your spirituality. And I know if this is a journey that is new to you, or if you're unfamiliar with it, I know that sometimes it can be a little off-putting, sometimes it can be a little scary, but it is a journey worth having. It is a journey worth taking. And I do believe that the more in touch with your intuition, the more in touch with your wisdom you become, the greater the reward, the greater the gift. Protect your peace by setting clear boundaries. And again, I think that this is the time to clean out some skeletons from your closet. And you can do that in private. You can do that on your own terms. And so again, it's coming back to clearing the skeletons. It's coming back to taking a personal journey. And so I just am feeling for some of you, you are well aware of this spiritual, this psychic gift, this psychic ability that you have. You're very aware of that, and that you have hidden that, and it's been a skeleton in your closet, so to speak. And do set clear boundaries with those around you, and do protect your peace. But it is time to connect with your spiritual gifts, your spiritual abilities. And you can do that, you know, without sharing with those who you feel may be judgmental. And I think that that's the confusion. That's the turmoil. That's the turmoil here for you, Pisces, is perhaps you have people in your life that may not be accepting of this new journey, or accepting of seeing your gift. You know, and that's okay. You do not need the approvals of others. And, you know, the spiritual journey is and can be, especially the first part of the journey, can seem a little bit lonely, and it can seem like you are in that alone. But no, you are not. Spirit is with you, and your ancestors are with you. And so again, that comes to the spiritual. That comes into tapping into and accepting and seeing and feeling those things that not everyone can see. Final thoughts, final messages. Look, you have this beautiful gift of Pentacles. And we have the Hermit looking back. And again, I think this Hermit is also known as the teacher. But we see he has this star in his lantern to light his path. And he's looking back at the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles is, again, another gift from the universe. Surprised that wasn't the Ace of Cups. But I do believe that this is talking to your spiritual gift and really looking back into your past and seeing that your spiritual gift, your intuition, your wisdom, your ancestors, Spirit, God has been with you and guiding you the whole time. And it is time to cut the binds, cut the ties with the things that are no longer serving you. And I do, again, I see the universe bringing you this gift that you're not wanting to receive at this time. You're still wanting to hide that. You're still wanting to keep that in the closet. And while you are happy with all the positive changes going on in your life at this time, give yourself the gift of daily meditation or a daily yoga practice. And if we look closer at these cards here, Pisces, we see the Hangman in a yoga pose, and then we also see this person here in the Four of Cups in a yoga pose. A daily yoga pose, a daily meditation. And it can be as simple as 5 minutes a day. And you know, as we can prepare, I love that this is kind of bringing us into the preparing for the full moon, the harvest moon, on September 29th. And it will vary a day or two according to where we are on the planet, but a majority of us will experience the full moon, the full harvest moon, on September 29th, and the fall equinox on the 23rd. So we can prepare and we can use that energy by incorporating maybe a 5-minute daily ritual into our routine, starting from the time you see this video and ending on September 29th. And so what we can do is we can write down what it is that we would like to leave behind, what it is that we would like to change. And we can also write down how it is that what actions can we take to change that? And the third thing we can write down is a gratitude, or things that we are thankful for. And so on that paper, we'll write 3 things. We'll write what we would like to change, what we can do to change that, and something that we're thankful for. And we don't need to spend a lot of time on that. We don't need to spend a lot of time fussing on that. Just a quick little 5-minute jot down, something very quickly that you can add into your day. And then just revisit that list every day. And we can change that, make adjustments to that, or we can add to that. And then on September 29th, we can have a little releasing ceremony, maybe like a bowl burning ceremony, paper shredding ceremony, just a little ceremony that will work for you or that you are comfortable with, and release that into the universe and let the universe take care of the rest. And that is the message that I have for the sign of Pisces. Thank you, Pisces. You have a blessed week.